Alright, Gravel Throat Reviews here. Today we're talking about the wonderful women of dark pop and ethereal doom. Dark pop / ethereal doom often features heavy synths, distorted guitars, electronic drums, moody and whispery soft vocals, along with a darker aesthetic and a more serious outlook, oftentimes with subject matter including death, loss, depression, abuse, and sadness. There are a number of other genres that these artists dabble in, but I thought that dark pop ethereal doom covered a lot of the bases, so we're going to go with that. A little under the weather today, so forgive me if my voice is messed up, but before we get started, please hit the like button if you can, and let me know in the comments what are your favorite singers on the darker side of pop. Alright, so let's get right into this here list, and at number 1 is Zola Jesus. Nicole Rose Hamill, aka Zola Jesus, is an American singer, pianist, songwriter, producer from Phoenix, Arizona. I found her around 2017 when her release, her album Okovi came out. Songs like Exhumed and Siphon were on heavy rotation for me. With her most recent album Archon, it's clear that she's making a lot of good production choices and refining her songwriting and sounding much more mature and heavenly as well. Massive shout out to Zola Jesus. Number 2 is Viva Melancholia. Angel Diaz, aka Viva Melancholia, is a multi-instrumentalist and singer from Louisville, Kentucky. Her signature brand of alternative rock / emotionally dense dream gaze is light and airy vocal passages supported by crunchy guitars and slow doomy atmospheres. I just discovered Viva and I'm looking forward to diving into her discography, especially her collaboration with Midwife out on the Flenser label. Viva will be performing at the High Dive in Denver on March 20th. Then she'll be appearing at the legendary Roadburn Festival in the Netherlands. Then Los Angeles at the Hollywood Palladium on May 24th. Massive shout out to Viva Melancholia. Number 3 is Chelsea Wolfe. Chelsea Wolfe is an American singer, songwriter, and producer from Sacramento, California. I've been a fan of hers for quite a few years now. Chelsea has a haunting and very beautiful soft voice and a knack for catchy songwriting that sets her apart. Her collaboration with Converge called Blood Moon was insane and really heavy and interesting, as well as her work with as a member of the band Mrs. Piss. Some of my favorite Chelsea Wolfe songs include 16 Psyche, Feral Love, Dusk, Tunnel Lights, and the song that makes me cry like a baby every time, Place in the Sun. Chelsea put out one of my favorite albums of the year in 2024, which is She Reaches Out to She. I can't say enough good things. If anyone that sees this knows her, tell her I love her. Chelsea is going to be on tour with Wardruna this year, so get your tickets. Shout out to Chelsea Wolfe. Number 4 is Ethel Cain. Hayden Silas and Anadonia, aka Ethel Cain, is an American singer, producer, and most recently an ambient noise artist based out of Alabama. Everybody with traumatic past is obsessed with Ethel Cain, and there's good reason. The character she has been playing is one of a Southern girl in the 90s who deals with sex, pain, loss, death, longing as well. The lore behind Ethel Cain is pretty fascinating, so look that up when you get a chance. But more recently, she put out a stunning and unexpected 130-minute album called Perverts that dove headfirst into spacious noise and ambient atmospheres, broken up only by the most heavenly beautiful vocals that are drenched in sorrow and soaked in reverb. I did an album review of the record the day it came out, but I had some technical problems, so I'll probably redo that here in the future. But definitely check her out. Shout out to Ethel Cain. Love Ethel Cain. Number 5 is Midwife. Madeline Johnson, aka Midwife, is another excellent artist on the Flenser roster, and she is based out of southern Colorado by way of Denver. Midwife is known for her lush, atmospheric dreamscapes and her very delicate whispered vocals that feel like a hazy memory from a simpler time that looms in the back of your mind. Midwife recently did a tour with Death Prog Masters Blood Incantation, and I'm pretty bummed out that I didn't get tickets for that in time. But her discography includes Like Author, Like Daughter in 2017, Forever in 2020, In/Heaven in 2020 as well, Luminal in 2021, Orb Weaving in 2023, and No Depression in Heaven in 2024. Shout out to Midwife. Number 6 is Beth Gibbons. Next up is the Queen, Beth Gibbons, who is famously the voice behind the 90s trip-hop band Portishead. Beth was born in Exeter, England, and raised on a farm with three sisters. At the age of 22, she moved to Bath to pursue a singing career, later moving to Bristol, where she met Geoff Barrow, who would be her collaborator in Portishead. Along with Adriana Utley and Jeff Barrow, Beth released the iconic album Dummy in 1994. Tracks like Mysterious and Sour Times solidified Dummy as a classic album. More recently, Beth has released a fantastic solo album called Lives Outgrown, which everyone with the flair of a 90s nostalgia should check out. All of the love to Beth Gibbons. Shout out to Beth Gibbons. Number 7 is Purity Ring. Purity Ring is an electronic pop band from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, formed in 2010. While Purity Ring doesn't fit in the darker aspects of this list, they certainly do fit into the category of ethereal pop. Megan James has a delicate voice, and she's also gifted with a wide range of vocal tonality. Purity Ring's debut album, Shrines, in 2012, released to critical acclaim. My personal favorite album of theirs is Womb, which was released in 2020. When I moved from California Bay Area to Seattle, Washington in 2020, I listened to this album like on repeat, and whenever I put it on, it brings me back to that time and place, and that's one of the beautiful things about music. But yeah, shout out to Purity Ring, love that band. Number 8 is Anna von Hauswolf. Anna von Hauswolf is a critically acclaimed singer, songwriter, pianist, and organist from Sweden. Anna's first album, Singing from the Grave, in 2010, followed by Ceremony in 2012, The Little Match Girl in 2014, The Miraculous in 2015, Dead Magic in 2018, and All Thoughts Fly By in 2020. She also put out a live album from Montreux Jazz Festival in 2022 that's pretty nice. Anna takes a lot of influence from artists like Kate Bush and Diamanda Gallis. Check out her 2012 album Ceremony, because that album is full of these heavenly organ pieces that are really compelling. Anna is an incredibly creative artist. Definitely check her out. Shout out to Anna von Hauswolf. Number 8 is Emma Ruth Rundle. Emma Ruth Rundle is an incredibly talented singer-songwriter based out of Portland, Oregon. She is well known for her work in bands like Marriages, Red Sparrows, and the Nocturnes. Also, her collaborations with Chelsea Wolfe and Thou are fantastic. My favorite album from Emma is On Dark Horses, because it has the song Dark Horse, which is the first song I ever heard from her, and probably still my favorite just because of the heavy guitars and very dark, ethereal soundscape. Shout out to my friend Chelsea for putting me on to Emma Ruth Rundle. And shout out to Emma Ruth Rundle. Okay, and we're going to wrap things up here with a band. No dark pop list is complete without Evanescence. Evanescence is an American dark rock pop duo from Canada, founded by Amy Lee. The project sprouted from the new metal rap rock era back in 1994 and had a few long-lasting hits that by today's standards sound kind of silly, but at the time they were epic and unique. I throw on some Evanescence at work sometimes when I want to play a little joke and have a little joyous nostalgia. But yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out this list. Check out all these amazing artists. I'm going to leave a list right here so you guys can screenshot it and look for yourself. But these women are all fantastic. Show them all the love in the world. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. This is Ben from Gravel Throat Reviews. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.